Hello, a little audio helps. I made it. Yay. Thank you for you guys for hanging in there. I know it's a late on a Wednesday. Um, we had the most beautiful retreat, and truth be told, there are a few love trainers still in town, and we were following the energy, and I was like, you've got to have this experience before you go. And I can't even begin to tell you how much it means when we're able to connect together and watching you guys, some who've met for the first time connecting, feeling the love. And um, today it was so great because I got to share following the energy literally in the moment with another love trainer and going, this is how it goes. And every time that happens, they're now able to pay that forward and saying, I felt what it feels like to follow the energy and make decisions. And I do want to share what happened because I went and had a session with one of our love trainers, and they happened to be at the same hotel as another. And we just were winging it. Literally, we met for a coffee, and we wanted a snack. The first place we went to said, "You can only have a beverage here. You need to go to this other place to have a snack. To have the snack, you needed a reservation." And as we were, well, I see this as the energy's not here, right? And we banged into like four stop signs in a row, literally. And we were just talking, and I was like, "Oh, I know exactly where we're going." And we followed the energy, and just magic ensued. That's I will tell you. And it's so important to recognize, like in the moment when someone said, you can't eat here right now, you can only, and I know it feels illogical, but when the universe gives you a stop sign, it just means look in the other direction. Where's the energy? And we sat there and were patient with it, and the energy presented itself and we followed it. And I just, it was I was so grateful for the opportunity to share with someone how to follow the energy and recognize that you're never really being rejected. You're not being prevented from doing something. It's the energy isn't here. So that means it is somewhere else, and start to look for that somewhere else. And sometimes you just come into that stillness and go and just truly, truly like I can't even begin to tell you how it made me so happy to be able to share that and for them to see it and feel it and go through the experience. And the gang that was here in Todos Santos, pure magic. Everybody felt the beauty of the land and Gaia, and the just all of it was so, so wonderful. And I know you guys know when you don't see me, it's because I'm being fully present. And there was not even an opportunity to be not fully present to where I could pop in here. And to those of you who did not, who resisted and I know, remember, there's stuff, the third dimension is collapsing. And I know that there were events, right? They were not in our dimension. We were completely oblivious. And it was only after, as we were coming out of Todos Santos and people were traveling home, right? They had loved ones, understandably so, sending crazy messages, uh, that it happened, it's happening in another dimension. And that's why we weren't aware of it. And if something is happening in our dimension, and so this is why I always say, don't watch it burn. If you're watching the news, please understand the news is showing you what already manifests in the third dimension and what is collapsing in order to come to the light. And you know, there was no, and by the way, those of you who sent well wishes, like I absolutely adore you, but please know we're never wanting to magnify or amplify it because it's coming into completion. And at no point, first of all, it's thousands, thousands of miles away. And it truly, even if we were in that location, it truly doesn't happen in our reality. There's two dimensions running side by side right now, and the bifurcation keeps increasing. And so it's us going in your heart. What do I want to experience, right? What's the experience that I want to create? And that's our focus. And I know those everybody who was there is having the same again, they had loved ones. Uh-oh, they turned on the news. First of all, geographically, like you could have literally spun the globe and picked another. We're on a peninsula, there's a whole sea separating. And so we can have compassion and appreciate, right? It was out of love, but also acknowledging that that truly is the third dimension collapsing, and those events are never to be created again as long as we don't keep our focus on it. And so I was so impressed that everybody really did focus forward, just truly, it was an amazing experience, and I love it because that lays the groundwork foundation for all future retreats. And it's so great seeing some love trainers reconnecting that they saw each other, and some seeing each other for the first time, and me getting to meet some for the first time. And I love you guys so much. And everybody went all in on the experience, and it was truly magical. But in case you're wondering, yeah, I miss you guys. Of course, I miss you guys. So, beautiful information coming forward. Literally, I've literally only been home for 10 minutes, and quickly my guides brought in what's coming. I will be sending out the focus group invite for tomorrow. And they did bring in what it's going to be about, and I'll share that right now. And then I'm going to spy because I see a ton of you guys. I These connections just really light me up. Okay, so we're going to go through more myths tomorrow. The myths reminds your body is what is true. So myth one that we're going to be looking at is if I push hard enough against unwanted things, they will go away. How much, right? Some people think that's how you manifest. Well, I'm going to manifest what I hate. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. That doesn't bring forward your end result. It's focus on what you want to create. Here's what I want to create because you're giving your energy to the thing you're trying to push. And they gave me a whole download on what's behind that. And it's so cool when you understand the premise of why we were taught to believe that it's easier to let go. The second myth is I've come here to live the right way of life and to influence others to the same right way of living. And what feels right to me must be right for all. Well, please, even as I'm saying that, I want to dry heave. What's right for me is right for me, and what's right for you is right for you. You see, there's no wrong. Something feels good to you, that's your divine right. And so they're going to give us the full explanation on that. We're not here to line up, right, cohorts. It's always about really living and staying in your truth and what feels good to me. And what you do by doing that is you inspire someone else to stand up for what feels good to them. And then when there's some, you know, coherence there, you go, oh, I love your idea. I love your view. Let's co-create. But you don't ever diminish what's in your heart, is really what they're saying. And then they gave a third one. Oh, this was so, they're really trying to teach us how the influence of our environment and families, by the way, and it's not a judgment or criticism. Remember, they did the best they could based on their level of consciousness at the time. And the other one they're bringing forward, so we're getting three myths tomorrow. Oh boy. I have a feeling they'll wake me up early with this, and I'm good with it. It's because I'm older than you and I'm wiser than you, therefore you should allow me to guide you. So they're calling complete caca pooey on that one, because as we all know, and I know some who were here in college we're able we can learn so much from children and babies. They're in pure joy and pure love. And truly, we were never meant to let that go. And so, yeah, we have three myths coming in tomorrow. So it's going to be a fun and beautiful and enlightening focus group. Now, ah, I don't even know what to tell you guys about the energy. I've been feeling it. So this, by the way, that's not an error. I pulled two to show you guys. So this was yesterday. We had you can see all the upper chakras. Let me move the melon. Boop, wrong way. Upper chakras again, purging. And then this horizontal here, this is heart, solar plexus. And I'll show you the shakalaka. I pulled it. Heart and solar plexus. So we have influx simultaneously, light and purging. So if you felt like that anxiousness or anxiety, it feels like anxiety, but my guides are always telling me it's not anxiety. What they want us to learn about this is we got so used to our solar plexus being balled up, meaning something's wrong, that we forgot. We get that same feeling when we're excited about something coming. So they want you to start saying, oh, this is me anticipating something good, so that we can retrain the nervous system, that we forgot the difference between anticipation and dread, anxiety. And so if you were feeling that, that's purging. And then this cross pattern here that we're seeing is a lot. The third eye keeps continuing to open and open and open, because our this is widening our perception. The really, we went through a portal that then expanded. We had the eclipse, and then the beginning of the year of fire horse. So if you can imagine, the year of the fire horse provided one expansion, and then you had on top of that the eclipse. So it was like all of this space for our light to go up and out is the best way I can describe it. Um, just it, and the fact that it happened literally on the heels of our retreat. It's always they always land in divine timing. Like, I get that trusting your gut is so important. Trusting your intuition is so important, because the gifts come when you do that. You're literally just sitting and waiting for the gifts, and for the we brought it. Now, here's here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull up the next one, but see that yes, that's a timeline jump. So I'm going to pull the other one because it's easier to see. So let me switch. So this was this morning. Okay. Now I pulled one just now a few minutes ago. And so this one's literally going to be up to the minute. Let me bring that one forward. And I also have a chakra. Here we go. Okay. Let me move the melon. So here you can see. So this was yesterday. So this timeline jump was last night. Um, and right as we know, we've had several. I don't know about you guys. I woke up distorted, as in, what day is it? So this looks small, but this was a significant one. And look what happened. Look at what followed. See this mysterious horizontal line? This is our new base timeline, right? Or your new base frequency, sorry. This is your new base frequency anchoring in. As our consciousness jumps, what was the bottom of your frequency jumped. So, and this is where you're integrating. And these horizontal ones, right? We know what these are. And look at these little critters. Never seen anything like this. They look like little green teeth here, but I'm going to show you what it looks like in the chakra chart so you can see how it affected you energy wise, right? But this is a yummy, and look at this is so unique because look, you had a blast of vertical light, and then immediately after. So this was fill with light, jump a timeline. Now, for each of you, you really, really, really were very, right now with all these energies coming in, it's very individualized, and it's so important. Don't just listen to what I'm telling you, what I experienced. It's more important for you to say, how have I felt for the last 24 hours, right? And be, what do I need to get in alignment with? How did I feel? What was purging? What was triggering me? If anything is still triggering you, remember, it's not the other person and it's not the thing. That's happening for you because it's tied to what you're broadcasting. And don't get frustration. I thought I cleared that, right? There's not a finish line. We're constantly going forward. This is dense. It's going to come up. It's going to come in my field. I have two choices. Am I going to push the beach ball underwater, or am I going to let it go forward? Oh, and allow that to come forward. Consciousness jumps again. What's coming up? If every time you go, I thought I cleared that. And by the way, guys, no judgment. Yours truly used to go, oh God, I thought I forgave. Oh God, right? Until I realized that no, let me just allow it. It's a terrified part of me that finally felt safe enough to come forward, to go to the light. So instead of frustration, meet it with love, be present with it, and just say, oh, okay. Instead of I thought I cleared this, all right, maybe the crazy Schumann lady knows something. Let me take a breath and let me be present with this. And that presence allows it to move with your consciousness forward. And that's where you'll actually start to begin to feel the growth of it. And so it's always meeting it just with love. And I know some of it can feel super, super intense, just know, okay, wait a minute. This isn't meant to throw me off. It's actually meant to throw me in alignment. So I'm going to meet it with love and presence. Presence is everything. The biggest gift of where we all just were in total silence, and they all experienced it. You go into the town, wherever you are, on the property where we were, everybody is in full presence. There wasn't one person seen walking around this town with a cell phone out of their purse or pocket. And when you pass someone on the street, they look you in the eye and they say, buenos dias or hello. And that's how we were all meant to exist here together, that presence. Because the moment you're in here, you're missing the beauty that's like literally right in front of you. You're missing your guides dropping you hints. And so it was just so beautiful to see, other love trainers be able to feel that and experience it. And it's how we're meant to move. And by the way, I don't care how busy your environment is, it is possible anywhere. But to practice it, it does help to go into that stillness so that when you're in the noise, you're able to easily make that transition, right? To, okay, let me see how this is gonna feel. All right, so let me show you. Do 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 shakalaka. Here we go. Now this is where the truth be told. Look at this. Move the melon. Look at this. Now, so if it looks crazy, it's because it is. I mean, okay, look at where the heart and solar plexus literally in amplitude and energy jumped above your upper chakra. So the heart and solar plexus, and then it dropped down. So if anybody felt heart palpitations or solar plexus going reet reet, this is why your solar plexus and your heart were on a roller coaster ride. But look what happened. It dipped and then it came up here. Purge, purge, purge. But the length is stabilization, and then it dropped down. Then what happens? We got a purge in both areas. Look at the sacral chakra, and then the root is having its own thing. Do you notice how the chakras are really not in harmony? They're not in harmony. And then you see this. This is allowing the harmony. It's just dragging, right? This is allowing stabilization, stabilization. So this pocket in here, from here to here, is where all of that activity got to come into harmony. And then you have a big purge in the root. Again, they're showing me right now, this is worthiness. With so many of you, like divine worthiness is assured. And anything to the contrary of that is going to get hit with that light really, really hard. And that's what that is. It's a deep purge. And then you can see, then we came in back into this pattern. So this is our integration. Now, integration for you can happen in two ways. For many, it can feel like fatigue. Oh my gosh, why did I sleep so long? Because your body got to release anything not in coherence. Push this, push it out, push it out. And then the body's been holding it for you, but your body's also holding your light for you. So when the body's able to release the dense energy, it's like now I can really rest. And that's what is going on now. And that's where we're at tonight. And so these patterns are extremely erratic because this is the year of the fire horse is super fast momentum, which also means, so it means you'll feel density quicker. So when you're out of alignment, you're going to feel, and it's going to feel worse because your consciousness is at a higher level. So there's you're just more sensitive to the density and just allow it to process. And so the speed at which we're jumping forward is is beyond. It's going to be totally different from last year. And the all the guidance is always going to be in the now moment, right now. Whatever you think you're worried about in the future, whatever happened in the past, don't bring it into the now. And you can just say to yourself, look around, be present. Right now, am I in any danger? No. Right now, is everything okay? Yes. Because when you say right now, in this now moment, nothing could be any better. The universe says, okay, let's give them more of nothing could be any better. And that's how you can create that forward momentum that the fire horse is there to support you with. And it truly is magnificent energy. Now, but at the same time, it can feel like, you know, they're showing me like the cart before the horse, or you can feel like you're chasing something, but you're really not. There's no chase. It's more of a settling in and accepting and going with it, because you're being carried forward. You don't need. They're saying you don't need to put your feet on the ground and run. You're actually being carried forward when you allow it. So, yummy, yummy energy, that's here now. And when you just come into the breath and come into presence, you absolutely must feel it. And the rate of manifestation is ridiculously fast. So let's see who's in here. Oh, I see my partner in crime is in here. Hey, Jen. Judy's here. Judy. Oh, Judy. Judy dialed in at the retreat and had such a beautiful, beautiful experience. Leanna's here. Hello. Ellen's in the house. Mary Beth in Hawaii. Hello. Karen from Canada. Hello. Thank you for being here so at this late hour. Care. Oh, hello through CP. Well, Care. Thank you for being here with Sleepy Eyes. Azuki, Azuki, I miss all of you. I was so happy to come in here, and just to reconnect to the energy. The container is contagious in the most beautiful way. Kay is here. Oh, oh, our weekend was so just absolutely beautiful. It really was. It's such a treat. Every single retreat has its own unique energy and forms its own unique connections, and they're all beautiful. Let's see. Oh, no worries. Latha, hey Latha. Thank you for being here. I always feel your energy, Latha. Wow. Let's see. Teresa, hi Teresa. I got your note. We're all doing great. Ellen, yeah. So Ellen, yeah, you're feeling the timeline jumps, but it's not just timeline jumps. It's so remember, every time we have a timeline jump, that also means that old timelines that no longer serve us are collapsing. So if you can imagine not serving collapsing and then the other part going forward, it creates more space. And that space does feel disorienting because there's no density in it. And so the feeling disoriented is actually normal for what the energies that we're in right now. Let's see who else. Erin, hello. Aw, Tolly. I love it. Hi, Candace. Sending you hugs. Aw, thank you, thank you. Oh, Sedona, love it. Oh, thanks for I was talking about Sedona tonight. I was talking about Sedona and Shasta and all those energy vortexes because I can't even imagine what those feel like in this energy. But just know that we're rapidly, rapidly jumping forward. And if anything feels loud in your field, so if you don't get frustrated, know that it's loud on the exit, it's in a weakened state, meaning it's no longer resisting the light. And so just know that louder means ready to go. And when you embrace that, it allows it to go, with a lot more ease and grace. So, that's where we're at. I will absolutely continue to follow. And by the way, the trend there's been, just so you know, for those of you who know, the last few days, I'll tell you what I felt was small bumps, like small purges, nothing really, really deep, but then followed by, so Gaia is retracting a lot. And I could feel that. And I think those of you who were in Todos Santos could feel that because there's no noise and you can really feel Gaia's energy. She's been in this retract and then a slight pulse and then a retract. So when Gaia retracts, we feel that ebb, which is that can be that feeling of the unknown. But that is literally her gaining energy to surge forward. And as she does, so too, then we follow with light coming in. And so I'll tell you what my guides taught me about that because I used to hate it. Oh, I would hate the ebb because, right? Because the who man what? I want to know. I want to know. And when my guides taught me embrace that ebb, knowing with excitement, light's coming, and that's what facilitates your manifestations, then you know you can, with great anticipation, know, oh wow, oh, I'm in an ebb. That means good stuff's happening. instead of, oh, this feels yucky, or why don't I know what's going on? I can't ground quite right. And so when you get to that point, retrain your nervous system and saying, oh, this is the ebb. Oh, this is when all the magic is truly happening. And then you get to enjoy it as it comes in. And so when you embrace that ebb, which Gaia has been doing, so she's in another surge forward. I mean, Gaia has been doing great, great leaps. It started with the solar eclipse, right? Which was the pole shift, the pole, her north and south poles shifted in distortion, and she's correcting. So as she self corrects, you're right, she's our host, our bodies too also self correct with it. And so that's why it's so important for us to ground, because when we're in coherence with Gaia, you'll naturally, your body will naturally, versus if you're resisting it or saying, what is that? It feels weird. It makes it just, it's a bumpier ride is the best way to put it. So just embrace, really, really, really feel for the energy. Don't choose anything unless there's energy there. And if you're not sure, just stop. Just totally come to a stop till there's energy there. And I promise you, it is so blatantly obvious right now. And you'll start to pick up on that. And then it's right, then we trust. Just trust that your higher self, your team is constantly just focused on what you want, even if you sail off. So your team, the source part of you, your higher self, and your whole spirit team, you can be in alignment in 1 minute. They're going to drop you hints. And if you waver over here, they don't go, oh no. They never, they're like, oh, oh, they're, they're on their journey. And then when you come back into alignment, they know it. And that's when you'll get the energy, you'll feel that hit, you'll get that inspiration. And it's always just one step. It's never a whole playbook. Don't look for a manual. They don't go to the future, they go to the now. Right now, this is your best next step. And then you embrace that and take it, the best next step. It's really meant to be easy that way. And I know that someone witnessed this with me tonight, and it's my dream for each and every one of you. We got this. I promise you, we are so past the struggle. We really, really are. The fire horse is here to, they understand that we're all anxious to move forward, but you can't force the healing. You can't force the experiences that your soul choose to alchemize. But now it's, the energy is here to help everybody move forward, and in a beautiful way, and with ease and grace. And so that's what I got for you guys tonight. It's so good to be back here and see all your love and feel all your love. And tomorrow, I can assure you, is going to be one fun focus group. As soon as I'm done here, the invite will go out. There'll be a post here for those of you who are not subscribed, and those of you who are, you'll get the email. And I look forward to having a truly magical, magical focus group. And I will see you guys when the energy calls. All right. Have a great night, morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so, so much.